morning, pals. I am doing everything in Disney World. That's right, we have a list of 1,000 tasks. We have 100 days, and if I'm able to do literally everything, I get to bring my friends Quincy and Fry Bucket with me to Disneyland Paris. Yes, you heard me right. If I'm able to do this, we get to go to Paris together. I am so super excited. Now, our list of 1,000 tasks is being generated by our best friend Agnes, who just happens to be a computer intelligence program. Now, so far, we've been a bit behind, okay? Agnes, tell us where we're at.
Welcome to today's list. I see that you are solo, so I will go easy on you. But it won't be too easy. It's time you start catching up. For today, 15 items have been sent to your device. Because you are alone, I'll skip today's challenge. You're welcome, and have a magical day.
All right, we are starting down Sunset Boulevard. We are headed to what is now one of my favorite rides, but previously has been one of my most terrifying rides, and that is a Hollywood Tower Hotel. I'm super excited. This is Tower of Terror, and today I'm actually going to be using the Lightning Lane multipass system, and this is what's replacing Genie Plus. So it's actually, it's in my mind, kind of a combo of Genie Plus and Fast Pass. So you can actually book your Lightning Lanes a few days early now. If you don't have a hotel reservation, you can book them 3 days early. If you do have a hotel reservation, you can book them up to a week early. You can actually book 3 at a time, 1 in the top tier, 2 in the second tier, and it is a paid service. So unlike Fast Pass, but like Genie Plus, you gotta pay for it, but that's all right. So we are luckily headed to one of our tier 2s, which is the Tower of Terror. By now, you guys have hopefully already seen all of this info over on our blogs. If you haven't, there is a full breakdown of this entire brand new system that you can find up over there that really, really helps you understand it. All right, we made it. Row 2, very excited, go row 2. All of the ride photos are on here. That's another one I get. Okay, so that was a good time. We had a really nice time. 2 birds, 1 stone. I have recently overcome my fear of Tower of Terror. In case you guys are new, used to hate it. I absolutely hated it, did not want to ride it ever. Not a fan. And after riding it once a week for 2.5 years, I've slowly grown to really love it, and now I have a really good time because I know exactly what to expect. You can do anything for 60 seconds. All of that being said, there was a little girl on it today with her family, and she was sobbing. She was like running, trying to get out of the elevator, and she just kept saying over and over, please don't make me do it, please don't make me do it. And her parents kept saying, no, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it. Now, whether or not they actually thought she was gonna love it, I don't know. But once they finished the ride, she just continued to be screaming and crying and just saying like, I hated it, I hated it, I hated it. And the parents were like, you could tell they felt bad. They were like, I'm sorry, like we really thought you would like it. And so one thing I will say is when your kiddos are little, coming from someone who was an anxious kiddo myself, maybe if they're telling you they don't want to ride it, take their word for it. Use the child rider swap. It's a free system. Just go talk to a cast member at the ride about it. That way mom and dad can both ride the ride and maybe not force sweet little friend onto the ride quite before they're ready. My dad used to sit with me at Scoops and we would get ice cream while my mom and my brother went on it. And those are some of my best memories with my dad, just like sitting and talking with him in Hollywood Studios, having our favorite ice cream together. And I didn't ever miss out on anything. And those times are special to me. So I know that they'll be special to your kiddo. So just consider, maybe don't force them on it just yet. Right now we are headed into Toy Story Land. because my next Lightning Lane multipass is back here. We actually have 2 back here so far today. And one thing that I think is really exciting about Lightning Lane multipass, it is a paid system. From my testing today, I found it to be a lot more user-friendly. And one thing that I think is really cool is you actually can make your first 3 Lightning Lanes, your tier 1 and your tier 2s, before you actually pay for it. So if you go to look and the Lightning Lanes are kind of bad for the day, you don't have to pay for it, which I think is a major win. Now it looks like it's time, almost, for Toy Story Mania, a really fun carnival-style shooting game. All right, we made it over row 5, and we're in Andy's bedroom. One of my favorite games. I really enjoy this shooting game. I get weirdly competitive at them and pretend I don't lose, but I'll be honest with you guys, since we're alone right now, I do lose a lot.
You have to string go back in after you go.
Another fantastic ride in the books. And was it my best time? No, it was not. But you know what? I was alone, so I still win. And that's how you hype yourself up. It's a win, you know, no matter what. Next up, I'm gonna head over to Woody's Lunchbox, which is right here. Now, typically, I would recommend mobile ordering for this spot, but the next mobile order is not for another 15 to 20 minutes, and look, there's not a single person in line. So we're just gonna walk right up, grab a bite, and maybe one of my favorite beverages, and then hang out until it's time for our next Lightning Lane multipass. All right, so here it is. This is what I ended up going with. This is a favorite of ours. This is the barbecue brisket melt. It has shredded smoked brisket, pickles, tangy barbecue sauce, and then it has melted cheddar and Monterey Jack on grilled sourdough. You can also get it with soup on the side, but I went with their classic potato barrels. It is so savory and cheesy, but then the bread and butter pickle makes it really light. I love it. It's also been perfectly toasted today. As always, stay hydrated. So I got 2 cups of water. We're about to hop on Slinky Dog Dash. This is a really fun outdoor coaster. It is great for kiddos, but a little bit more intense than you might think. Millie from DFB actually said she dislikes this more than she dislikes Tower of Terror. Luckily, we're using that Lightning Lane multipass today, so we're gonna hop in line. And also, this counts for a 2-fer. Now, typically in the past, when you're alone on Slinky Dog, they just let you have the row to yourself. They've already been making announcements today that they are going to put odd number of families with other odd numbers of families just to keep wait times low. So most likely, I'll be with another person. And that's okay. It's just kind of a hazard you face when you're in Disney World solo. Okay, we just finished up on Slinky Dog. I love this ride. I think it is so much fun. Is that a drum corps out here? Oh, I'm turning around. And we're gonna go watch the Green Army Drum Corps, because if you guys remember from a previous episode, I tried to watch them and it got rained out. So we're making up for it right now. They're on their way, and they typically stand right here in front of alien swirling saucers. That's gonna be another thing off our list. We have 2 more rides we're gonna do today. I don't wanna do too many rides because there's so many other things. And I think after those 2 rides, we might leave studios. Also, I didn't say this, but the Slinky Dog, very much like Tower, counted for 2 things today because there's a ride photo. So just racking up the tasks. We're killing it. We are gonna maybe not get ahead today, but I think we have a good chance of getting really close to catching up.
Ranger.
Okay, another Agnes task. Check. Feeling really good about that one because we did mean to get it much earlier in the series, but hey, you can't really hold yourselves accountable for Orlando Rain. That's out of our hands. Next up, we're headed to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. This one is right here in the kind of icon of this park. It's in the Chinese theater, and you get to sit in a trackless vehicle where Mickey and Minnie take you on kind of an adventure.
Well, hiya, folks. Want to take a ride on the train? Told you nothing was gonna go wrong.
It is time for us to head over to Rise of the Resistance. One of my favorites. It's absolutely incredible. I think it was more of an experience than it even is just a ride. I'm also gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Earlier today, I had a full coffee. I was very excited. I was starting to film myself, do a magic or tragic, spilled the entire thing. That was earlier, before we even got in the park. That's fine. However, my feet are still very sticky. I thought it would pass, but they haven't. So I think I'm gonna have to go wash my sandals again. Just wanna let you know. All right, here we go, Rise of the Resistance. They actually have the single rider line out right now, which is pretty cool. They've just started testing this out. Now, I have not personally gotten to try it yet, but hopefully I will be able to do that pretty soon. We're gonna hop on, we're gonna have a great time. And I would just like to point out, because we're killing it today, we're on task number 9. We are absolutely slaying. We are running through these tasks like nobody's business. And after this task, we only have one more until we're starting to get ahead today.
The Resistance desperately needs your help in our fight against Skyline and the First Order. We've got threats to a war incoming. We'll fight taking evasive action.
The Resistance prisoners.
You have what I want.
Wait, done right. If anyone's finding a blaster, now's a good time. I see no evidence.
Now!
Sound the alarm! All personnel to their stations!
And the Resistance.
You guys really like cutting it close, don't you?
Hey, that's another one. I was arrested. I don't think anyone in their life has ever been this excited to be arrested, but hey, that's how we roll here. That's kind of how it is when you're resistant and you're just excited to resist, I'd say. Yeah. And just like that, we are saying goodbye to Hollywood Studios, but that's not the end. We've got a little bit of time left, so we're gonna see what we're able to do. First things first, we're gonna head over to the Disney Skyliner. All right, this is it. This is the Skyliner. It's a really fun way to get around Disney World. It's part of the transportation options. Now this one doesn't go to every single park, just kind of like the monorail, if you've heard us talk about that before. It goes to a handful of resorts like Riviera, Pop Century, Art of Animation, and Caribbean Beach Resort. You also can hop on and get over to Epcot and then of course Hollywood Studios. And right now we made it over to Art of Animation. Art of Animation is truly one of my favorite resorts. I just think it is so big and great. It's like larger than life kind of Disney style. You can find Cars over here, you can find Little Mermaid, and you can also find Finding Nemo. There's kind of some irony in that saying, but yeah, all of that's over here. Oh, there's also a Lion King section, and there's tons of these massive statues all around, so you and your kiddos can see all of your favorite characters. I think this is just one of my favorites because this is what Disney felt like to me as a kid. Larger than life, over the top, colorful everywhere you turned, and I think the Art of Animation still really does a great job at that. We've also compared all of the family suites, which are all, of course, up on the YouTube channel right now. Go check it out. Okay, it's pretty warm, so I think I'm gonna head into Animation Hall, and then this is where you can find landscapes of flavors. This is also, this is essentially the lobby, in case you don't know what that name officially is. You can find the arcade over here. You can also find the ink and paint shop, which is weirdly one of my favorite gift shops in Disney. But again, I just am really biased. I really love Art of Animation, hang out here all the time. And I really love Landscape of Flavors. Now this is the main quick service for this resort. This is where you're gonna come get all of your food. It is massive. And I think I'm gonna see what we've got. What are the options today? Now just like Woody's Lunchbox, this is available on mobile order, but honestly, today is very exploratory. But they've got donut holes. That sounds really fantastic actually. Now I've had that Mickey Brownie before, it's fantastic. There's a lemon meringue croissant. Lots of good stuff. You can also get fun specialty ice cream over here, which sounds amazing. And they even have a little Finding Nemo cake. mermaid cupcake, all the good stuff. I'm gonna keep wandering. I don't know why this is really making me laugh, that this is what I chose in earnest. Like, this is what I wanted for my day, because I lived off of this during our first last to leave. So maybe I'm regressing, I don't know. But this is the kids' meal. It has pasta and chicken and comes with vegetables. This is one of the Disney check meals. And all kids' meals come with a small drink, so I did get a Coke. But I have to say, this was $8.08. Even after tax. Before tax, it's $7.59. And this is huge. Do you see? That's huge. That's like comparing it to my hand. This is such a great way to ball on a budget, to get your vegetables in, or if you just don't want to eat as much, if you don't want a pizza or anything like that, this is a wonderful option.
Cheers. Wheat pasta. I'm not trying to be silly. I'm not trying to be funny. I make no money off of telling you I like this or I don't like this, you know. Truly, I like this meal. The wheat pasta is cooked so well. It's just typical tomatoey marinara sauce. The chicken is not dry, which I thought it might be. And the green beans are really well cooked with some salt. We're gonna do Play Disney Parks app. It's called Stories of the Enchanted Gallery. Oh, that's cute. It shows the lobby. We need to draw some characters and objects to star in the show. Oh, so I need to go to the lobby. Okay, we made our way out to the lobby. I had to draw a dolphin. And then now I'm drawing art on a necklace. I'm trying to get creative and it's not going bad.
And find Ariel in the gallery. Here she is. So there's some Ursula, but there's the Sebastian we were looking for. There's an Ariel. Here, this is the Ursula we're looking for. So now we have the right things. Okay, there we go. This is such a funny story. I feel like this would be so fun while you guys are checking in at this resort and it's taking parents a little bit longer. The kiddos need something to do. This is a lot of fun. Oh, now we're gonna celebrate. Oh, and they're dancing. The end. There you go. Okay, another Play Disney Park app's done. This is free. You can download it on any iPhone. There's 4 different storylines. I did the Ariel one, but you can play with Simba, Nemo, or the Cars, which makes sense with this location. But I think it's fun. Download it on your way down. There's actually some at-home games you can play, and then each park at each land has different fun things that you can do in that land, and that was one of them. There you go. Okay, I'm finally on the move again. I sat for much longer than I told myself I would, but we've got 3 more things that we're going to try to do as we're kind of hanging out before we head back to Hollywood Studios and we're done for the day. Hey, look at that. Pop. I'm gonna wander in to what is a kind of combo of their quick service, but also their little shopping area. This is called the Everything Pop Shop and Dining, and it's just like ink and paint shop. You have to walk through the shop to get into the very large quick service. It's similar to Landscapes. It's not gonna be the best food you're ever gonna have, but they're gonna have some tasty eats. It's great if you're staying here. It's convenient. So each quick service does have one thing that they kind of have, like a specialty dessert or a fun little meal entree. The Nemo mousse cake was the one at Landscapes. This tie-dye cheesecake is the one for Pop Century. So this is the famous tie-dye cheesecake that you can get here at Pop Century. It is just cheesecake, but also it's tie-dye. It was $5.99 after I went ahead and checked out, and I just think it's cute. It's a staple. If you're staying here, you have to get it just once to say you got it. Look at that. So colorful. It's a little bit of a red velvet cake on the bottom, but the cheesecake itself is so creamy. If you don't want the whole thing to yourself, you can easily share this. And this is also perfect bite size if you're looking for something just to satisfy that sweet craving without getting too much of like you're not getting the mini kitchen sink kind of thing. This is fantastic. Play Disney has 5 spots you can play games in Disney World. There's of course 2 in Disneyland, so if you're over there you can play Disney and Disney California Adventure. In Walt Disney World, you can play at Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, or Art of Animation. There are some at-home games though, so maybe we just play the at-home fun. Some of the games you cannot play unless you are in that park or in that queue. So we're gonna have to hope that Agnes kind of doubles up for us in certain areas because, for example, one that I just saw You cannot play Toy Story Mania Playset Party unless you are standing in the queue for Toy Story Mania. Our at-home fun today. We're not really at home, but isn't Disney all of our homes and our hearts? Sure. So we're gonna do Disney Parks trivia, one player. It's the Disneyland Anniversary Trivia Challenge, opening just a few years after Disneyland Parks first opened at gates. The famous Flying Saucers attraction in Tomorrowland ran for how many years? 5. It was right. Peter Pan's flight at Disneyland Park in California opened in what year? Ooh. I'm going 83, not 83. Oh gosh, it was 55. It was 55. Duh, that was stupid. I knew that. In what year did the Dapper Dan's Barbershop Quartet debut at the original Disneyland Park in California? I feel like 55. No, 57? It was 57. They built Pinocchio's in 83? Pinocchio just gives opening day. I'm sorry. It is scary for children. Oh my gosh. I did not pass. Like, if this was a quiz, I failed. But you know what? I didn't fail? An Agnes task. Check. All right, because we've had such a nice day, and honestly, I need to soothe my pride after how bad that trivia went. We're gonna go to Pedals, 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 which is the pool bar here. And that means we've done everything at Pop Century except for the jogging trail, which technically connects to Art of Animation, which we were gonna have to go back to anyways. So really, we're doing a great job. From 11:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. they have 2 specialty drinks, then they have these specialty cocktails as well, and beer, wine, and sangria. Okay, I ended up going with the pina colada. She says that this is their most popular drink. People never send it back, she being the wonderful bartender that just helped me out. Rum, pineapple, and agave with a pina colada base, but then there's also raspberry in it. That is good. It's like a vacation. It's just a pina colada with a little bit of extra oomph, thanks to the raspberry, but it's perfect sitting by the pool, pretend it's vacation. But with that, that's 15 tasks. That's it. This has been so much fun. Thank you, Agnes, for such a fun day while we're learning a lot of the new ropes with the new Lightning Lane multipass system. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Now you can go start with me from the very beginning of all the everythings up on the channel right now. I'll see you over there.